The world is evil. You need to buy Bitcoin. Now, well, that should be it. Like, it should be a 10-second video. That's pretty much it. But I've been really thinking about this for a long time. And I'm seeing the world. I'm seeing people in other countries, man. Not that I feel like maybe I travel one day. I don't know if there's really any. Maybe, you know what? I hate to get sidetracked, but if I were ever going to travel to somewhere, I'd go to Paris and London. I think that's about really all I want to see, pretty much. Mostly Paris. But the whole world, man, is trying to make you into a slave. It's so accurate, man. And then they try to hold everything away from you. I realize, man, why does it seem like, right, like you could go 10 years but not really get ahead? Doesn't that seem odd? I swear, man, they've like completely changed the game. And I feel like even maybe like 70 years ago, like I feel like people probably amassed way more. Like I don't get it. And then I do get it. A lot of manipulation and marketing. You can't buy anything that really appreciates. It's not in your face at least. You know, everything we buy, from these bull crap phones to these stupid watches, even Rolexes, man, it's all a scam. Even diamonds and gold, it's all just a scam because they've gotten to it first. So really, the better question is, well, if the world's evil, what do you need to do? You need to buy something that they haven't gotten their hands on completely. You know, because why buy Bitcoin when it's like $2 million, right? Like, you're not really going to get ahead. Well, you will actually get ahead if you buy at that point. But I'm just saying, like, they need to have complete control of the market. And, you know, I've been thinking about this secretly, too. I don't want to get too much into this. But, like, you think about how sophisticated this is. And I'm going to sound crazy. But I used to believe, this is what I believe. I believed it to be like the Illuminati, like a group of, let's say, maybe 100 sophisticated, hyper-rich people that control the market. And for a long time, I did believe this. I was like, okay, it makes sense. You know, they work together. Maybe you get one guy with, I don't know, who, you know, like there's not that many people, but they do control the mass amount of the world. Like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But then I start to think, I'm like, so you're telling me these 100 people created all this? Like, or like they single-handedly did all this? Like, you're saying they came up with a plan that was so perfect to make everybody enslaved. And I'm just supposed to believe they were just like that smart. I don't know, man. I'm tinfoil hat. Who could be smart enough to create a system this sophisticated? To me, only aliens. I know it sounds so crazy. I'm sorry, man. I'm if you watch this channel, you know I'm just like I'm eccentric, but I truly believe. I used to believe that like humans could be this smart. Like, you know, just like a bunch of top tier guys with all this money. I don't believe that anymore. There has to be something smarter than us working their little fingers. Cause like, okay, if they've been in control, let's say 300-400 years, probably thousands, right? Like, who could keep this type of sophisticated system up? I know rich people, right? But you're telling me after hundreds of generations, right? Or 3, 4, 5 generations, like the plan has still gone perfectly? In fact, gotten more intricate and more like perfect. It doesn't make sense, man. I just don't believe that this is the work of us. I just honestly, personally, I don't believe we're this smart. I don't. I'm sorry. Not this smart. Not to control billions and billions and have it work perfectly. I don't believe it. Now, if there are really aliens and they're really controlling all this, I guess the point is, what would be the point of buying Bitcoin, right? At that point, I don't know, but I also feel like Bitcoin wasn't created. It was created by a person, right? Some team or whatever that was like outside of this sphere. That's why they're trying so hard to get control of it, you know? But at the same time, not arise any suspicion. It may be your only chance. Because I just don't see any other way to get out of this. Because they can't blow their cover, right? So everything's got to be done in a certain legit way. But I don't know, man. I'm just getting really creepy vibes. Like, I mean, it is all what it is, but you need to be buying Bitcoin. Because I really believe this is kind of where they do the coup de grace, so to speak, you know, that they chop the head off. Like, I feel like soon you may actually not be able to become wealthy if it wasn't hard enough already. And then I think once they get all these markets completely taken over, maybe. And then my whole theory was like, why would aliens really need to bother us? Or like, why is there so much itching on this control? I still haven't figured that part of the thing out. But maybe, hear me out, maybe aliens are really just like humans from the future? I don't know. I'm saying, like, I don't believe that these 80-year-old guys who are super rich have the capacity to just like rule the world. Cause you know, it's not some dude in their 20s who's making all the shots, right? So you're expecting me to believe these senile old men like Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden are really pulling strings when they can barely eat the oatmeal in their soup, their bowl or whatever? Or like even Trump. I don't believe this world. And maybe then at that point, maybe buying Bitcoin isn't the way. But you could at least try. At least see what happens, because something's going on and it doesn't feel human. I don't know. I'm a lunatic, I'll admit, but I don't buy that we could create a system this perfect to enslave people. Even if exponential progress is a thing, I just don't believe it. It can't be.